Let's face it, life is not perfect, and sometimes we all need a little bit of help. Thankfully, the world is full of kind people who are going to offer a helping hand when we need it the most. Make sure that you watch this one until the end, as you don't want to miss out on these incredible acts of kindness. We begin our compilation with a dramatic story from Nashua, a town in New Hampshire. A 97-year-old woman was trapped in her home during a house fire, and two men had managed to carry her out of the burning building on a chair.
Is he vomiting?
No.
Roll him on his side.
For one of the heroes, however, the act proved costly, and the man had a heart attack. Fortunately, though, he did make a full recovery. Our next lifesaver got off with a less severe injury. During a Ukrainian Premier League soccer match, Oleg Gusev had taken a nasty blow from goalkeeper Denis Boyko's knee and fell unconscious. His opponent, Jaba Kanikov, had reacted quickly, rolling Gusev over on his side and reaching into his mouth, preventing Gusev from swallowing his tongue and choking to death. Kanikov suffered an accidental bite in his actions, but that wasn't enough to stop the hero. Our next story comes from the group of kids helping our veterans, who organized an incredible surprise for one man. The children had used some social media to help raise money for a mobility scooter, and now this veteran will be able to get around without much of an issue. The world is so full of many different colors. How hard it must be to not be able to see them. Well, check out this guy's reaction when he was able to see just how bright everything around him really was for the first time. What's up with this parade of police bikes and cars? Well, this is the Winslow Police Department in New Jersey, bringing a 5-year-old William Everett a surprise. The little boy loves the police so much that he was worried that they would get hungry at work. He saved up his own money and treats them to Subway. To show off their gratitude, the department brought him a gift, a personalized squad car of his own. And in Huanan, which is a city in Anhui province in eastern China, a traffic cop had to work under the scorching sun. Well, this delivery driver understood the man's plight and just couldn't let him suffer. In Virginia, a car ended up getting stuck in the middle of a flash flood near the Arlington National Cemetery, and 6 Marines took it upon themselves to help. None of them were afraid to get soaked in their dress blues and rushed into the water to push the car out. We often see some noble acts in the world of sports too. Here, Minnesota Timberwolves point guard Patrick Beverley helped an official to his feet whenever he crashed into a fan and took a spill. What is this doctor doing? Why is he making these women dance when they're going through prenatal contractions? Well, it turns out the dancing actually helps alleviate pressure on the mother's skeletal structure and internal organs. And Dr. Fernando Gachi de Cunha from Brazil uses his technique to help facilitate birth with his patients. Next, we travel to the Krabi province in Thailand. Being a photographer is hard when you're trying to capture the best shot, and don't think about your safety first. If not for this hero, this couple would have been stuck in the mud for a long time. Be careful at train tracks, as the barriers do exist for a reason. Not everyone would be so lucky to have a good Samaritan nearby to pull them from the tracks with just seconds to spare. In Tokat, Turkey, a driver lost some of his cargo in the middle of the road. Other drivers didn't just pass by, but instead blocked the road to help the poor man gather everything. Going to Russia now, 2 dogs find themselves stuck in the center median and were scared by the busy roads. Dmitry Trenkov had took pity on the animals and helped them get to safety. In central China, an officer caught a runaway car. Check out how bravely he jumps into the moving vehicle as it rolls into the busy intersection. Now that's one certain accident narrowly avoided. In the New York subway at Union Square, this man was pulled from the tracks just 10 seconds before the train pulled into the station. Fortunately, there was a brave hero nearby. In large metro areas, ambulances can't always make it to someone in need on time. This cyclist clearly values human life and helps the paramedics reach their destination that much faster. Now let's turn to the world of sports. This time, Lakers point guard Russell Westbrook surprised other players and fans alike. Bravo! This teen is incredibly lucky that his bus driver had such great reactions. And if it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have escaped a hit and run. Sometimes, officers cross paths with offenders like this, so it's good to know that there's someone to teach them the rules of the road, even if it means letting them check out your squad car. Back to central China now, in Zundaban City in Henan Province, some people found themselves stuck in a burning building. This bus driver used his vehicle as a makeshift evacuation ladder and helped save the residents' lives. And in Hong Kong, one protester at a rally did an almost impossible task and had managed to clear a path through the crowd for an ambulance. This young disabled child was incredibly lucky, and his dreams had come true. He had a karate instructor come teach some moves to him. Sometimes the police need help too, and it's good that there are passerbys that didn't turn a blind eye. Otherwise, this officer would have been trying to get their hand free for quite some time. This kid was playing hard, forgot about safety, and ended up taking a fall. It's a good thing that he narrowly avoided by trampling by this shoplifter. The real hero turned out to be this man. Now that's one way to stop a thief. What exactly is this dance show put on by Neymar and his teammates? Well, it was a promise made to a young football fan with cancer. The child had specifically requested the dance should Neymar score a goal, and the star was happy to oblige. And players for the English team Fulham had celebrated a goal with a young fan, Reyes Porter. The 13-year-old suffers from cerebral palsy and was bullied online after posting a video of him playing soccer. Respect to the athletes for supporting their fan in his aspirations. Back over to the States now. In Newport Beach, California, an SUV had crashed into a tree. 20 people took action in the dangerous situation, and it helped free the people stuck in the flipped vehicle. We're going to continue our journey now in the snow to Russia. It's hard to get about in the winter when you're confined to a wheelchair, but this driver chose to stop and lend a helping hand. And in good old Mexico, this dog in need had turned to people for help. The animal understood that it was helpless without a little human assistance. We head now to the land of the rising sun, where in Tokyo, traffic officers direct not only drivers but also cute little pedestrians like these. In Bursa, Turkey, delivery drivers transport more than just packages. Here's the technique that drivers came up with to help those with disabilities get around. A high school student from Park City, Utah was in a hurry to get to school for homecoming. He didn't even have time to tie his tie, but on the way, his mother managed to get pulled over. Imagine their surprise when, upon learning the reason for the rush, the officer just helped with the tie. In Mexico, in Puerto Vallarta, raccoons are local shoppers at Osho. 4 regulars are on duty near the door and beg for food from customers. Many fear an attack from these animals, but this guy fed them cookies and it was alright. It's good to be surrounded by kind people that want to help you. This guy got his bike stolen and had struggled to get to and from school. Check out his reaction whenever he learns his classmates brought him a new bike. Every once in a while, you might see someone driving down the road with their trunk popped open, but how often have you ever seen another driver do something about it? Now that is respect. This young Houston resident loves to dance, but there isn't always a willing partner when you're in a wheelchair. Look at how happy she is when this cop had danced with her. Back to snowy Russia, check out how this groundsman clears not only the sidewalk, but cars too. I'm sure the residents are quite appreciative of his work. Gia had spent 2 difficult months in the hospital undergoing several operations. And in order to support the girl, hospital staff arranged a special send-off. Stay healthy, Gia. All drivers know how dangerous that an open manhole is on the road. Why didn't anyone stop and help this guy with a heavy cover? Or what about this guy that had a stalled car? Everyone just drove by until this kind biker came along. Or what about this guy that had a stalled car? Everyone just drove by until this kind biker came along. Let's make the world a better place, guys. And remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, along with dinging that notification bell so you don't miss other content updates from us.